Robert Heffernan with Endotech. This is Blockchain Vitals. It's our weekly segment talking cryptocurrencies, assets in the matrix, and the weekly, very important. And we talked Friday. Last time I talked, I said one thing I didn't want to see happen is just a complete meltdown on this weekend, and put in some Doji hammer candles on the weekly. Saturday was looking great, and then somebody decided to full force press on this market and just demolished it early Sunday morning, depending on what time zone you are on planet Earth. But they did some serious damage. And I'm not happy about it. I'll tell you that right now. I'm not happy about it. A couple of things we got going for us if you're a bull, and I'm going to talk about those in the vitals. But first, let's do the rounds, because maybe there's some rays of hope here. Doing the rounds, I do it every day. My chance to talk about a headline or a story, a tweet, something I'm seeing in the sphere. Oh, that one's from Friday about the op-ed on Binance. And you know what? I'm glad it's still up there, because I'm going to cover the Binance coin again this week on a daily basis. And in that article, or in that op-ed, is a referral to Multicoin, an investment fund out of Austin, Texas, that is fully in on the Binance coin, with their buy recommendation at $10.38, I believe, is where it was trading when they put out their buy. I talked about it briefly because my challenge there is buy until when, and then when are you wrong? And we're going to talk about Binance coin today, because all things being equal, it actually fared a little bit better, and the weekly chart looks a little bit better than Bitcoin. And for sure, Bitcoin along with maybe XMR, XLM, a couple of these that just don't look as good as some, And I think 2019 is this year that we start to decouple, that things that don't look so good remain not looking so good, and other things can take off. And I think that's going to play out even more as we go on through the year. All right, but the tweet that I wanted to talk about was this one. Mizuho, giant bank in Japan, now launching their own crypto coin. It's called the J coin on March 1st. Their banking partners representing 56 million accounts. All right, so, longer term, I don't care what you say. Everybody's jumping in on this thing. And, yeah, this week didn't finish the way we wanted it to. And there might be a pullback. There might be a wash from this engulfing pattern that we have of this past 5, 6, 7 trading days, depending on the coin, that we completely washed out in a very short period of time. And that shows a young market, too, by the way, where 5, 6 days of work can get washed out in a couple of brackets. Brackets were 15 minutes back on the trading floor. And, so in a couple of brackets, they wiped out 5 days worth of work here, which is very, very unsettling if you are a long-term bull or a holder in these things. For me, it's unsettling. So if you don't plan on getting out, I don't know how that makes you feel. When they can take it away in literally about an hour, they washed away 5 days worth of work. Anyway, let's take the vitals and talk about the weekly, because the weekly is what's important here. The weekly setup, what's going on that weekly chart. So taking the vitals, that Blockchain Vitals sheet is a daily sheet at endotech.io, covering the top 12. And I'm going to cover BNB again this week. I think it's an interesting chart. Right now, BNB trading 1036, just out of Upmo on the daily in BNB. Excuse me. But like I said, the weekly, Ether put in a perfect hammer candle, just a brutal candle. BNB didn't quite put in that bad of a candle. We still have expanding potentiality to the upside here. on the weekly momentum number, up momentum 892. So, looking at the weekly fractal, you could actually collapse to 892, and that's just a test of the weekly momentum area. And let's not forget the monthly moving average at 1007. So, we're going to have the end of February here coming up this week. We will roll the weekly and the monthly, and we get to tell the monthly story. Again, that's how these things roll. One time frame rolls into the next. One pushes the story onto the next time frame, but the longer term time frame is the one that's the most important for longer horizon investing. All right, so BNB 892, up momentum on the weekly, room out to 1245 now. So room for fresh highs on the upside. And again, on strength, BNB still looking like they want to test that $13, 13 and change on the monthly. 1325, I believe. So that's what I'm looking at. So right now, giving away a little bit on the daily side, on the shorter time frame for sure. We might see more retracement here. We could go test that weekly up momentum level at 892. And if you'll look, the lower momentum on the daily comes in at the same spot in general, 897. Lower momentum on the daily. I will keep telling you, find multiple trading systems, find multiple time frames where important levels line up and give those levels more weight in your trading decisions. And that will serve you well. All right, I'm telling you, that will serve you well when you start adding trading systems together and find mutual areas of respect in that analysis and trade from those. Those are calls to action then, where you find synergy between trading methodologies and trading time frames or fractals. All right, listen, I'm going to say goodbye to the YouTube crowd. You need to be an Endotech subscriber in order to catch all of the content at endotech.io, including the sheet every day and this broadcast every day, talking actionable trading ideas around crypto. All right, so see you later, YouTube.